What's up, guys? Recently I did a review of a book called The Devil at Home, which was a fantastic, although not an easy read, but kind of an unbelievable story. And I'm reading another book similar to that. That book was about domestic violence and abuse, and this book, I don't know why I keep reading them, but this book is the same. The book I'm reading now is called You Can't Run by Mandy Thomas. I had heard of the book because her son Jermaine, can't remember his surname, was on X Factor. He was the runner-up to James Arthur in 2012. He was very good, and I think he's now, still following through with the music career. But ultimately, Mandy's book is like fucking hard to read. Not to undermine the other story or any others of a similar nature I've read, but this is just relentless abuse. And for anyone, and I'm probably guilty of this myself, who has questioned, why would someone stay with somebody like that? Why wouldn't you just run away? Why wouldn't you go to the police or talk to someone? This book makes it very clear that that doesn't always work, or it isn't always a solution. Now, back in the 80s and 90s, which is where the book is right now, and it does go on for a number of years, this abuse, the author tried everything. They tried to go to refuge, they tried to go to the police to ask for help, and to be quite blunt, they were fucking hopeless. Yeah? The police gave her, at one point in the book, an alarm. And they said, if you press that, it's an emergency alarm. We'll be there in 3 minutes. Don't worry. She is speaking to other people at the refuge, and they said, don't just press that button willy-nilly because the police will start ignoring you. Just use it when you absolutely have to. And I mean, the abuse she's going through is just beyond comprehension. It really is. You'd think she'd be pressing that button every fucking minute based on what's happening to her. I don't know how much to say here. I'll probably go into a bit of detail in a moment, but she waits until she absolutely fears that she's about to die. Her husband, are they married? No, her fiance is an actual fucking monster. Lunatic cunt. Like, what a fucking asshole. And he just keeps getting away with it. She presses the button, she's like, he's gonna kill me now. I'm done fuck all wrong, but he's a psychopath. This is the moment he kills me. Presses the button. He's taunting her, saying they're not gonna come. They're not gonna fucking stop me. She's like, I think they will. They told me they will. A minute passes, 2 minutes pass, 3 minutes, they're not there. 3 hours pass, they're not there. Why the fuck aren't they there? It's absolutely unbelievable. In the meantime, she nearly dies. Now, to touch on a couple of details, and if you want to read this book, I would recommend it, but thousands of people read books like this, and again, I don't understand why we do, because it makes you hate the average person. It makes me look at people different who I don't know and think, you could be like this asshole. You could be abusing somebody or be hurtful to animals or anything. It's best not to think that way, but we have to be careful, especially if you're a woman. Some of the stuff that happens to her, I mean, the abuse just escalates. When she first meets the guy, he's very charming, like many psychopaths, because they manipulate people and they know what they're doing. They're quite intelligent in a sick way. He kind of woos her, and it's not long before he slaps her around the face for no reason. Not that there would be any justification anyway. But from there to the point where I'm at the book now, like not even halfway through, I'm like, this guy is insane. Like, he is smashing bottles and putting glass in her ass. Like, what the fuck is wrong with this prick? And when she's bleeding, then he rapes her while laughing and singing songs like, I'm gonna get you. Like, he is a fucking cunt, man. Sorry. I'm so sorry for swearing like that, but I think it's appropriate. If you're gonna use a word like that, use it sparingly. This guy is oh man, there are no words really. At one point, and I'm not trying to spoil the book in any way, but at one point, he keeps getting her pregnant via raping her, and at one point he strangles her, which he likes to do for fun, likes to strangle her to a point where she can stop breathing but won't die because he's researched that, and she has an unborn baby, and she has to give birth to a dead baby, so he literally kills his own unborn child. And then he abuses his children as it goes on as well. It's like, this guy, someone needs to shoot this motherfucker. Actually, no, they don't. Someone needs to torture this prick before they put him out of his fucking misery. And I recently, well, yesterday, because I was reading the book, I rewatched Jermaine Douglas, that's his name. I rewatched his audition for the X Factor, and he's such a sweet guy. Like, I don't know how old he was when he went on that show, but you can see he's just so nervous because of what he's witnessed throughout his childhood, which nobody should have to witness. And he keeps giggling nervously, like I don't know, just a reaction to coping, I suppose. And I felt so sorry for him when I originally saw his audition, which I used to watch X Factor quite a lot back in the day. I never thought anything of it. I didn't know about his background, and you should never judge people. You should never assume that you know a lot about someone's life. I don't actually know the outcome. Obviously, she survives enough to write the book, but it's a question of how. Like, again, a minor spoiler, but you should read this book. There's so much in here, and it's so well written. Like, it is gripping. She ends up in hospital having had a heart attack from weeks of not sleeping. Like, he says, if you fall asleep, I am gonna fucking kill you. I'm gonna drug you, and you're gonna wake up in a sex slave ring, and you'll never escape. You'll never see your kids again. At some point, she has a heart attack, unsurprisingly, because the body and mind can only take so much. And he comes to hospital, believe it or not. He rips out, you know, whatever's attached to her to keep her alive and monitored, drags her out of the hospital. Meanwhile, the staff are like too afraid to do anything. And so many people witness this guy but are too scared to, and you would be, wouldn't you? Like, if I saw someone that scary, like, I don't know how big he was, but would you go, excuse me, sir, stop there? Because she tries to talk back, she tries to defend herself, she puts her life on the line countless times for her children, and that only makes things worse. Like I say, she goes to the police, they're fucking hopeless. And it made me think, how many people was this happening to? And by the way, when he gets her out of hospital, he's like, make my fucking dinner. How dare you have a heart attack, you slut? Like, what a cretin, what an absolute cunt. I hope he gets some kind of, like, punishment, but he probably just gets some years in prison. And I don't know, I hope he's fucking dead. Fuck that prick. But anyway, read the book. It will make you angry if you have any, you know, soul inside you. Like, honestly, it's infuriating. Time and again, just escalates. No one's doing anything. She's trying to reach out for help. She starts feeling like, I can't do anything about it. If I move house, he finds her. What's she meant to do? So for anyone who prejudges and thinks, oh, domestic abuse victims enable the abusers, open your fucking eyes, read a book like this. And if Mandy, I don't know if she'd watch this video, but I'm probably the only person that's reviewed her book on YouTube. Amazing. Like, amazing that you survived that for your children, and your book is incredibly well written, and I hope that you're in a much better place now, although I can't imagine anybody can go through that kind of event and not be traumatized forever. But obviously that prick, if he wasn't doing it to you, he would have found someone else that he thought he could do it to, someone who's kind, gentle, maybe a bit sensitive, and manipulate that. Oh man, rolled me up. I haven't even finished, I'm not even halfway through, I don't know what else this motherfucker can conjure up. What's worse than putting a shard of glass in someone's ass and then raping them after? I don't even know if YouTube would allow me to even state that in a video. That's how bad this fucking stuff was. Cheers for watching, guys. Bye.